I first heard Dr. Kirk Parsley on a friend's podcast before podcasts were even cool. The conversation blew me away, and I immediately Googled him. I started reading his blog posts and doing some extra research for my own professional development. Being a Navy SEAL is cool, but being a doctor who addresses sleep issues that SEALs have is even cooler. Kirk's perspective is unique because he's experienced the week-long exercises of no sleep, being pushed to the limit and beyond. You don't have to be a military veteran to experience massive amounts of sleep debt either. As Kirk explains, most Americans are sleep deprived. It's an epidemic. We have devalued sleep over the last half century, and we're seeing the repercussions. Premature death, accidents, poor grades, and medicating our kids for misdiagnosed ADHD. The list goes on and on. Let's dive into what sleep research is actually telling us. About 100 million Americans are sleep deprived. The economic impact of poor sleep is staggering. Research reports that the U.S. economy can lose up to $411 billion annually due to insufficient sleep. Doc Parsley isn't joking when he says that not sleeping will kill you. Approximately 32% of Canadians aren't getting enough sleep. According to a massive meta-analysis of sleep data, mortality nearly doubles when people get less than 7 hours of sleep per night. According to Dr. Kirk, this study found that those who cut their sleeping from 7 hours to 5 hours or less faced a 1.7-fold increase in risk and mortality from all causes, and twice the increased risk of death from a cardiovascular problem in particular. The effects of poor sleep are widely studied, and Dr. Parsley lays them out clearly. Having worked with SEALs allowed him to identify a few key performance indicators that can be solved with better sleep. According to Dr. Parsley, the world's most elite warriors came to him with all sorts of issues, including brain fog, fat gain, increased injury rate, and poor emotional and impulse control. Kirk summarized it succinctly as fatter, colder, dumber, slower. He called this operator syndrome. Dr. Parsley observed that many Navy SEALs were suffering from performance issues rather than physical injuries. He found that low anabolic markers, high estrogen levels, high inflammation, and poor insulin sensitivity were common among these individuals, urging them to investigate the impact of sleep on their performance. One surprising finding was the prevalent use of the sleep aid Ambien among Special Forces soldiers. Doc Parsley discovered that Ambien not only interfered with the quality of sleep, but also reduced essential deep and REM sleep. Deep sleep is known as the most anabolic time for physical recovery and muscle growth, while REM sleep is critical for cognitive processes such as memory consolidation and emotional processing. Dr. Parsley emphasizes that Ambien, especially when combined with alcohol, further exacerbates these effects. Dr. Parsley's research demonstrated the transformative effects of improving sleep on soldiers' performance, mood, cognition, memory, motivation, and overall health. By discontinuing the use of sleep drugs and alcohol, these individuals experience remarkable improvements in various aspects of their lives. He also discussed chronic insomnia, highlighting its detrimental impact on life expectancy. As he states, chronic insomnia is associated with a lower life expectancy of about 10 to 12 years. Chronic use of sleep drugs is the same. I don't think the sleep drugs are doing anything to cause death. I think it might be accelerating the decay because you're lowering the quality of your sleep. What Kirk was saying about sleep really struck a nerve with me. As an infantry guy, I'd done loads of training that left me super worn out and with the superpower of being able to fall asleep anytime, anywhere at a moment's notice. Add a tour to that where sleep was often interrupted and spotty for 8 months, and I knew something wasn't optimal about my sleep and recovery. I lost my mind a few times sitting in a hole I dug trying to stay awake on a day 3 of a defensive training exercise. Staying up for 72 hours isn't good for your brain. I would see bears and people that weren't there. I remember one exercise where a guy couldn't take it anymore and just ran into the woods screaming. Being able to push through fatigue is definitely an acquired skill. I remember pulling all-nighters in university, mainly because I procrastinated until the last minute. Or the sleepless nights when my kids were newborns. Then hopping in a car and going to work to teach all day. I don't think I could have done it without the years of practice in the infantry. My main concern these days is the damaging effects of chronic sleep deprivation on my testosterone levels. Study after study shows massive dips in testosterone levels for Army Rangers on exercise and troops returning from deployment. The research isn't promising. If you thought you could just take a 2-week vacation on the beach and nap away the years of deployments and rip it nights, you're wrong. The damage may be permanent. Sleep hygiene is super important, and Kirk says, what would your ancestors have done 100,000 years ago? Here are some simple habits to implement. Put down your phone at least 1 hour before bedtime. Black out your bedroom. no blinking lights or TV, and cool down your room to Paleolithic cave temperatures, which is around 17 degrees Celsius or 63 degrees Fahrenheit. According to Kirk, if you do this, your sleep quality should improve dramatically. But don't be fooled by its simplicity. This is surprisingly hard. I guarantee you'll come up with all sorts of excuses not to do one of these. Kirk says, if you need to watch that one more episode on Netflix, go to bed, set your alarm 1 hour early, and watch it. Harden up. Hey, if you want to get more high-speed information just like this, then you're going to want to go pick up the book. This is the chapter directly from my book, Harden to Fuck Up, that you can get right now on Amazon if you head to the link in the description. Love for you to pick up a copy. Love for you to pick up an audio book as well and start the process of learning how to harden up by improving your fitness, health, nutrition, and mindset. Thanks for listening. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share with your bros. Peace.